Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 22 rebuild. In today's episode, we're going to be rebuilding the New Orleans Saints today. And yeah, I don't think this team will ever be the same as my head coach name states here. Like without Drew Brees, I think this team is really downhill from here. I mean, yes, I understand that Drew Brees' arm was going out completely. He had like a really, really bad arm in his last two seasons. But at the same time, it's like the Saints for the past 4 years in a row, apart from this year, I thought the Saints were going to win the Super Bowl. I thought it every year for the past 4 years, and it just never happened. They just never got it done. Minnesota Miracle, the Rams game, and then the Vikings game again. Like, just there's so many things, bro. I thought this team was just had to get it done. They just couldn't perform in the playoffs. I don't know what it was. But yeah, in real life, I think Jameis Winston is not the future. In Madden, he is, so I will rock with him because in Madden, Jameis Winston is really, really good for some reason. I don't know why they make him out to be a god, but he always ends up to be that way. So I believe I will be using Jameis Winston throughout this rebuild. But if he does not perform in the very first year, I will not be keeping Jameis Winston. That is just how I see it. So anyways, guys, let's just get into this rebuild. So this is the overlook of the team. We have Jameis Winston here, obviously. Everyone is hyping him up. Every Saints fan I know is like, oh my God, Jameis Winston, he's so good. He's the future. He's not the future. Jameis Winston will not get it done. Is he a bad quarterback? No. I would say he's above average compared to most of the other quarterbacks. But is he top 15? I wouldn't think so. I would say he's top 20, which isn't really saying much considering there's 32 teams in the league. He's not a bad QB. I think he's just a bridge quarterback to their next one. He's not long term, but in Madden, if he performs this first year, I will keep him. So Michael Thomas, whenever he is healthy, he is good. But he's not healthy a lot. He's a crybaby about a lot of things. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm just out for the season. He could have came back to the season, but then he's like, no, I need another surgery. Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to come back. He could have came back, so I think it was right to remove his X factor because he keeps getting injured. When he's on the field, he's an X factor, but if you're never on the field, then you're kind of worthless. Availability is better than ability. Deontay Harris, severely underrated, especially as a kick returner. Troutman is he's actually very good. Adam Troutman. Ryan Ramczyk is good. Ruse is good. Cesar Ruse. And then Eric McCoy, Teron Armstead. I think this is Andreas P. My bad. Keep saying his name wrong all the time. He's 27. I thought he'd be like 24 or something. I didn't know he was that old. This O-line I do plan on keeping. And dang, I know there's going to be some bad contracts because Teron Armstead always hits free agency. So I'm going to have to find those. Defensively, Cam Jordan is a very good defensive end. David Onyemata. Marcus Davenport is good whenever he doesn't break his bones every 5 seconds. Marshawn Lattimore is an amazing DB. Nobody talks about him enough. Bradley Roby is pretty underrated. I don't think he gets talked about enough either. Malcolm Jenkins, I don't want him starting over Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for sure, just because his youth. Quan Alexander, I forgot he was here. I'm pretty sure his contract is terrible. Let me see this. No, it's not. I remember whenever he was like either on the Niners or it was on the Buccaneers, where it was just a god-awful contract. Pete Werner, I don't even remember this guy in the draft. He always ends up to be an X factor in most rebuilds. He was a second-round pick 28. Interesting. Like I just don't remember him being drafted at all. Yeah, Quan Alexander, Pete Werner, yeah. Jeff Heath is here? No way. I completely forgot about this guy. There's a lot of players that I just don't remember always getting signed because they're not really relevant. Defense is pretty good. Demario Davis is going to be on his way out soon. I think he will retire from this team. Taysom Hill, isn't his contract like really bad for a second-string quarterback? Yeah, he's getting paid $12 million a year. So in real life, yes, Taysom Hill is useful to the Saints. In Madden, is he useful? Not at all. This dude has zero value to me in Madden. So in Madden, I am not keeping him. I am trading this guy away. That is because, again, in Madden, he has zero value to me, and I mean zero. We're giving him to the Steelers, okay? What can we get out of the Steelers for this guy? Juju is here. I don't really like anything here. I don't know. I mean, I could easily get Devin Bush. Devin Bush is super easy to get in this game, but I think I'll just give up a second-round pick for Taysom Hill. They won't even do that. Okay, so can I have a third then, possibly? A third-round pick for Taysom Hill. That works for me. If you don't like it, cry about it. Oh my God, this is unrealistic. I don't care if it's unrealistic. Like, it's realistic in my way. You have to think about it. It's Madden. I'm not going to be paying a second-string QB $12 million a year. It's just not going to happen. Defensively, David Onyemata is going to be on his way out. Everyone else here, I'm not going to worry about. Quan Alexander, I might resign if he does want a cheap contract. So anyways, guys, let's move to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark, 1-5, bottom of the division. This is a very highly contested division, so I'm not really too surprised. I just did my Falcons rebuild that I just posted. It was very hard to compete in this New Orleans division. So we're going to load in this draft class, and it looks like Jameis Winston probably won't be the QB of the future for next year if he keeps performing like this. Let's look into the players ready to negotiate here. We have Teron Armstead. Yeah, this is why the CPU could never re-sign him. I'm just not going to re-sign Jameis Winston. What's your stats right now, actually? Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's the defense's fault. We'll give you a look if you are the problem. 25th passing touchdowns, 22nd passing yards, and 35th in passer rating. You are the problem, Jameis. You are the problem. Like, I cannot re-sign you, so that means you're going to have a tremendous amount of value, and I mean a tremendous amount of value. Good thing the trade deadline stops here, because you are off somewhere that I don't know where you want to be. We're going to send you to the Broncos. That way they can have another useless QB that does absolutely nothing. So what are we going to have? We're going to have Courtland Sutton, Noah Fant. I would love to do that. And I know this will go straight up. In real life, I know it would not. This will probably go straight up because QBs are highly, highly valued. So just to make it kind of fair, I'll throw on a fourth. I know this will just go straight through. I knew it would have gone straight through regardless if I threw in a fourth or not, but I wanted to make it at least semi-fair, for the Broncos, because they're getting another QB that has zero value to them. Marcus Williams is a player that I do need back, and I think I'll tag Teron Armstead, so I will sign him. Quan Alexander, I would like you back on this team, but I do not have the money. Deontay Harris, again, I don't have the money, but I don't think I'm going to end up trading you. I'm just not going to trade you. Yeah, I'm going to have to tag. I'm definitely going to have to tag Teron Armstead. Everyone else here. Will Clapp. No, I need to re-sign Will Clapp. Will Clapp needs to be on this team. I'll do that in the offseason. Let's get to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, not making the playoffs, finishing 7-10. So we actually had a comeback on the season, which is not a good thing because I want a higher pick. But we're coming off the loss to the Falcons. So it looks like our second string QB, how am I forgetting his name? I literally hear about him all the time from Saints fans. Yeah, Trevor Siemian, my God. I can't believe he's 30 years old. I didn't know that. Ian Book might be better to start than him. At least he was a rookie. But yeah, let's check the stats from Trevor Siemian. I know he's not going to be good. Obviously, 30th in passing touchdowns, even though he only played half a season. That's surprising. That's very surprising to me, for sure. So, yeah, let's go look at points allowed. 6. Wow, that's actually pretty good. Come on, show me. Offensive yards is 23rd. Defensively, we were 20th. Not a good year. Trevor Siemian, 7 receptions for half a season isn't that good, but 15 touchdowns for half a season, that's actually pretty good, surprisingly. Kamara, 14 TDs, 5.4 per carry, and 1,500 yards. Michael Thomas, almost 1,000 yards, only 4 TDs. Noah Fant, 9 TDs, 828 yards. He probably got that mostly from the Broncos. And let's see. Kamara, I would expect him to have way more receiving yards. And looking at it defensively, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with the most tackles on the team. That's surprising. Tackles for a loss, 18 for Cam Jordan. Sacks, 12 for Cam Jordan, 9 for Marcus Davenport. Interceptions, 4 for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And Demario Davis with 4, Marshawn Lattimore with 4, a lot of interceptions, safety 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. So this was a rebuild year for us, which is okay. So anyways, guys, it's time to move into the offseason. Here we are in the offseason as Taysom Hill with the Steelers makes the Super Bowl. But he was a second string because Ben Roethlisberger is like a 72 overall. So that means he would be a second string because Taysom Hill was a 67 overall. So it wasn't Taysom Hill that made the difference. Packers beat the Steelers, though, in the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers gets another Super Bowl win. Congrats to him. He deserves it. Wins Super Bowl MVP. And it looks like there are no Saints for the yearly awards, which is unfortunate, but it happens literally every rebuild. Let's look into the roster to see if anyone got a development upgrade. Offensively, looks like no one offensively got a defensive upgrade. Quan Alexander has star dev now, but despite him having a really good year, EA is still going to take his overall down and give him a regression points, even though he had a good year. That makes no sense. So his age is holding us back now, so we can't do anything about that. Bradley Roby has gone down 2 overalls. And yeah, I'm not going to be re-signing Quan Alexander. I don't have the money, and he's also regressing, so he has no use to this team. So that was kind of useless. So let's get into the re-sign players here. I'm hoping to tag Teron Armstead. He's our left tackle. We desperately need this man. Without him, our team is going to have a rough time in simulation. I don't really think so. We can move Ryan Ramczyk to left tackle. But looking into the 2021 retirements, we're in the NFC South. Ndamukong Suh, and DeMar Dotson do retire. That's cool. Players ready to negotiate. Now, we do need to tag Teron Armstead. Can we even do it? Like, can we spread this out? And no, we can't. We can't do it. No. I'm so upset. What about Will Clapp? Is that no? We can't even re-sign Will Clapp. Can I just cheat? Will people allow me? You know, the comments can cry. We're gonna re-sign Will Clapp, and let's just say he's taking pay cuts. Let's just say that he's taking pay cuts. He's on a 5-year deal. Well, yeah, I'm sure he will stay. Yeah, he's not here anymore. Good, but Teron Armstead, I am gonna let hit free agency, or else that would actually be cheating. So, anyways, guys, we don't have any money in free agency, so let's move to the draft. Dylan Pearman is going to be the pick. Only normal dev, but 96 throw power indicates that he does have a tank of an arm, number 1, and he's going to have a high overall. So I saw the throw accuracy deep as an A, throw accuracy short as an A. The spin move, stiff arm, injury, and throw on the run doesn't matter because he's not that fast of a QB, but his trucking for a quarterback is an A, which is interesting. He just fell to us at 9. I didn't have to trade up in the draft. But anyways, guys, apart from that, let's get into our next pick. Jake Hayden, my 2nd round pick, our new left tackle, hidden development, 90 strength, 6'5", 309 pounds out of Kansas State. Looks pretty good, honestly. The 90 strength does indicate he has at least a solid overall, and hidden development is huge because once you draft an offensive lineman, their development can never change, no matter how much, no matter how good they are. It's really stupid. So this is the overlook of the team, and I told you Pearman is a 78 overall, already better than Jameis Winston, wearing number 15. I thought that was Trevor Siemian's number, wasn't it? Oh yeah, he's not on this team anymore, so he's wearing Trevor Siemian's number, I believe. And Marshall, I got this guy in the 3rd round. I'm just going to start him there. Is he in the slot? Yeah, he is. That's cool. And yeah, let's go offensively. It looks like Hayden has 73 overall, which is a good left tackle. I do like that pick. Defensively, Warner is going to start at left outside linebacker, even though he is a right outside linebacker, so I will officially make the move for him so that way he can probably develop, because left outside linebackers do develop extremely nicely in simulation. Defensively, cool, got all that. Just making sure everything's lined up the way I want it to. And apart from that, guys, it is time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, second in the division. As we just came off a win to the Giants. So that's really sick. It looks like our new QB is working out pretty well. Noah Fant has a contract. Of course, we need him back. We did just trade for him. Pretty cheap contract, actually, as he resigns. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, of course, I need him back as well, as he also resigns. Eric McCoy, I do need back. I need my offensive line completely back for my new QB. He returns. Marcus Davenport, since injury is off in this, I, of course, want him back in real life. I don't know if the Saints would actually re-sign him. David Onyemata, 2-year deal. I'll rock with that. You know what? I'll rock with that. And he wants more money, so I'm not going to rock with you anymore. Never mind. Bradley Roby, no, I'm not going to re-sign you. Marquez Callaway, no. Everyone else here is a no. So apart from that, guys, it is time to move in to the playoffs. Not the Super Bowl, the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing 12-5, top the division, coming off a loss to the Seahawks. And that loss would have given us... Oh, it wouldn't have given us the first seed. I thought it would, but... Anyways, we are going to be playing a division rival in the wild card who have the 6th seed, so we're going to have the home field advantage here. Stats and awards, rookie QB takes us to the playoffs year 1. Oh my God, what a freak. 6th most passing yards, 4th most passing touchdowns. Is he even in the MVP talk? I don't know how he isn't. Let's go to the NFC Offensive Player of the Year. Kamara's in there. He's not in there. Rookie of the Year, Dylan Pearman. Good job. Best QB for the NFC. Dylan Pearman at 8? Really? The dude was 4th most in passing yards and 6th most in passing touchdowns. And just for the NFC, he's the 8th best QB. Terrible. 7th best offensive yards, 21st defense. Yikes. 4,400 yards, 36 TDs, 17 interceptions. Little much. Alvin Kamara, 14 TDs, 1,300, almost 1,400 yards. 5.4 per carry is great. Matt Marshall, my 3rd round pick that was projected to go in the 1st or the 2nd round. It was a 69 overall, nice, 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns. Amazing year for this dude. Definitely deserves a star dev for sure. Defensively, Pete Werner, 131 tackles for a loss, 21 for David Onyemata, sacks, 12 for Cam Jordan, 10 for Marcus Davenport, 8 for David Onyemata. Onyemata did pretty good this year. Interceptions, 7 for Chancey Gardner-Johnson. That's a lot. Safeties, 0 defensive touchdowns, so 1 for Chancey Gardner-Johnson. That has to be like a best DB award. I mean, even though he's not a DB, they still count the safeties as DBs for these awards. So let's go to NFC best DB, Chancey Gardner-Johnson. Yep, so he should get superstar dev. If he doesn't, I'm going to be pissed. So let's see if we can beat the Carolina Panthers. Can our QB perform in the playoffs? Will he choke? He does choke. He cannot perform in the playoffs. Only 10 points put up. That is unfortunate. He should still get star dev, though. Let's move to the offseason. Here we are in the offseason as the Chiefs beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Tyrann Mathieu won Super Bowl MVP, and Dylan Pearman wins an awards for Offensive Rookie of the Year. That is expected. And looking into the roster here, what are we going to have for the offensive upgrades? Offensively, Pearman has star dev. Marshall has star dev as well. If he didn't get star dev, I'd be pissed. So he's very good. He was projected to go in the 1st or the 2nd round, +1 speed. That's nice. He was projected to go in the 1st or the 2nd round, and he ended up falling to the 3rd round. He was a 69 overall, so technically he was kind of a bust from looking at it, but after this season, not at all. Hayden only has star dev up, which I'm fine with. Defensively, Chancey Gardner-Johnson does get superstar, no surprise there, and no other upgrades. Pete Werner, usually, how do you get 131 tackles in a season and not get star dev? That's interesting. I mean, I'm not going to change it or anything. A lot of people probably like me to, but I'm not going to do it because I know there'd be people in the comments who would get mad. Also, Will Clapp did not get signed to our team, which is upsetting. I extended his contract for like 5 years, but I guess I just threw him in free agency regardless. 2022 retirements. What are we going to have here? We have the NFC South. Nope. Nobody retired in the NFC South, which is a little bit interesting. Let's look into the players ready to negotiate. Chancey Gardner-Johnson. Did I not re-sign you? I thought I did. What do you want? Salary and length are great, but bonus could be better. Okay. Bonus. Let's up this. You have superstar dev. So as he resigns, that's great. David Onyemata, I'm not going to come back. I gave you 1 contract and you just said nah and rubbed it in my face. So let's get into free agency. $35 million to spend. Here we are after the signings. We have Bobby Wagner, 90 overall, superstar X Factor. He's going to probably replace Demario Davis, or Demario Davis is probably going to move to right outside linebacker. Got Sean Murphy-Bunting and got David Onyemata on a super, super cheap deal, which is great for me because he didn't accept my first contract, so I got him on an even cheaper one. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady are somehow in free agency. Same with Young Waku, which is kind of dumb. And other than that, guys, it is time to move into the draft. James Poole is going to be my first round pick. 89 strength indicates he has a pretty good overall. Hidden developments as well. So probably going to be David Onyemata's replacement. I put David Onyemata on a 2-year deal, so he'll probably remain through the rest of this rebuild, but it would probably drop down to like a 76 overall. So this guy's going to be our starting defensive tackle. So this is the team after the draft. Offensively, we obviously haven't changed that much. And I'm going to put, I need this guy to be in the slot, Marshall, because he was really good there. Poole is going to be a starting defensive tackle. He's 75 overall, pretty good. And defensively, this is what we look like. Moved Demario Davis to left outside linebacker. I don't know why it moved him to right outside linebacker. And what was my pick? Yeah, this guy is not that good. No, Bryson was the pick. Picked him up in the 3rd round. Honestly, not that bad. 68 overall for a third round pick isn't that bad. So anyways, guys, apart from that, it is time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, third in the division, very highly contested division, coming off a loss to the Cowboys. Cam Jordan needs to be re-signed. I don't care how much he's asking for. He is the sack leader on this team. He performs every year. Got him for $10 million a year as he resigns. Demario Davis. Oh my God, I wanted to re-sign you, but you're asking for $14 million a year. I understand veteran contracts are a thing, but you're an 83 overall. Like, in real life, this would be reasonable because you wouldn't be an 83 overall, but the Madden regression system puts you at an 83 overall. Therefore, I can't re-sign you just because I'm not paying you $14 million a year. If you asked for 8, I would have given it to you, but no. Will Lutz, I can get a better kicker, probably cheaper in free agency, but it doesn't really matter, and he wants more money, so it does matter. Looks like you're hitting free agency, and I'm going to put you on a dirt cheap deal, and you're going to come back anyways. Cesar Ruiz. Definitely need you back. Stupid cheap contract, $4.5 million a year for a great right guard. And apart from that, nobody else here that I want. I'll get Will Lutz in free agency. So let's move to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing at 9-8, second in the division. I think the Panthers probably snuck in with us. They did at the 7th seed. We snuck in with the 6th seed. I don't think we're going to beat the 12-5 Buccaneers, but we can try at least. Stats and awards here. Dylan Pearman was amazing. 6 passing yards, 2nd best passing touchdowns, 9th best offense, 29th best defense. I got to change a playbook or something. Pearman, not even top 10. How? For MVP. Offensive player of the year, Pearman at 9. Best QB, let's go to that. Aaron Rodgers is on the Buccaneers. We're going to lose. And Pearman is at the 7th best QB for putting up what? That makes no sense. Almost 4,500 yards, 42 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. That needs to go down. That's probably what it was. Kamara keeps improving every year. 5.9 per carry is ridiculous. 19 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. Matt Marshall is ridiculous. This dude's better than Michael Thomas. And he was a 69 overall 3rd round pick. 1,300 yards, 15 TDs. Michael Thomas, 8 TDs, 1,100 yards. Nice of you to finally put up over 1,000 yards in a season, Michael Thomas, throughout this rebuild. Noah Fant's been pretty consistent. For a tight end, he's been really good. 9 TDs, 809 yards. Looking into it defensively, Sean Murphy-Bunting, 110 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 17 for James Poole. Way to be the tackle for a loss later, rookie for your rookie year. Blech. Sacks 3 only. That's fine, though. He's not a pass rusher. He's a run stuffer, obviously. Marcus Davenport, 11.5 sacks, no longer the sack leader. Cam Jordan's 2nd place at 11 sacks. It's fine, though. I still need Cam Jordan. Interceptions, 6 for Sean Murphy-Bunting, 4 for Marshawn Lattimore. Great. Safety, 0. Defensive touchdown, 0. I don't see this as the 29th best defense in the league. I don't see that at all. But let's see if we can beat Aaron Rodgers and the Buccaneers. I highly doubt we will. I don't think we will at all. We lose them 24-21. Way to put up a game, Pearman. But again, you need to be scoring more points. Our offense is carrying us. Our defensive passing game is the worst in the league, according to my team ranks. That makes no sense. So I guess we're going to have to change that up. So let's move to the offseason. Here we are in the offseason as the Chiefs beat the Niners once again in the Super Bowl, this time by 3 points. Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP, and there are no Saints for the yearly awards, unfortunately. Let's look at the roster to see if there's any development upgrades. Come on, Pearman better have superstar. Thank you. Peterman gets superstar dev, but isn't even a top 10 QB, wasn't even top 5 QB, just in the NFC alone. Marshall has superstar dev, but is only an 81 overall. Like, without morale, he's a 78 overall. That makes no sense. This dude's an 84 overall without morale. That makes no sense either. But anyways, let's look into the defensive side of the ball. Sean Murphy Bunting gets superstar. Marshawn Lattimore gets X Factor. And Marcus Williams gets superstar. Well deserved. Poole only has star dev, which I'm fine with. Marcus Davenport also gets superstar. I expected Pete Werner to do so much better in this rebuild, but he just hasn't. So Demario Davis is going to be gone. Zach Bond is going to fill his place. I might pick up another linebacker in the draft or in free agency. Like, our passing game is so terrible. I'm using Miami's playbook for the defense. What is this? Pressure. This generates pressure on the QB. 3-4. I need a 4-3 playbook. 4-3 screen pressures the QB. No. 4-3 focuses generating pressure. No. I need a 4-3 that focus on playbooking. No. Are these all just generating pressuring the QB? I guess it is. Yeah, this is unfortunate. I'll just go with the Saints defensive playbook. You know what? Sure, let's switch it back up to them. I had it on Miami's defensive playbook. Obviously, that hasn't been working out through this entire rebuild. But yeah, let's move into the re-signed players. I'm not going to be re-signing Demario Davis. I'm not going to be re-signing Will Lutz because they're being picky about their contracts. So I will skip them. I will, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. I stutter over all my words in every video if you've been on this channel for a while. NFC South, Bruce Arian retires. I would retire too if I couldn't make it to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers and with that god squad of a team. Let's, Demario Davis, 77 overall. He wants only $6 million now. I'll do that. I'll do $6 million. Yeah, I'll do $6 million a year. If you wanted me to take $13 million a year last time, I'll do $6 million a year to keep him around for the final year to keep Saints fans happy. Will Lutz, not gonna re-sign you. You're a kicker. Don't be picky about your contract. I know he's good. I'll just pick him up in free agency for cheaper. So let's move into it. In free agency, I got Stephon Gilmore, Justin Tucker on a cheaper deal than what I would have given Will Lutz. So he's a lot better. Marcus Peters and Dante Hightower as a depth player. Another veteran linebacker on the team along with Bobby Wagner, Demario Davis, now Dante Hightower. Marcus Peters, Stephon Gilmore, Sean Murphy Bunting. We also have Casey Hayward Jr. And we also have... No, I believe the CPU cut Casey Hayward because it does that stuff all the time and it pisses me off. And we also have Marshawn Lattimore, who's an X-Factor, with Chancey Gardner-Johnson as a safety, and Marcus Williams, who's a safety, who they both have superstar dev. We should not be the worst defense against the pass in the league. It should not be a problem. Let's get to the draft. I need nothing else on the team, so I'm picking up a halfback in the first round. Hidden dev, Quincy Corbett. Cool. Doesn't really matter to me. I just want a depth player because I can. So other than that, guys, I need nothing else on this team. The CPU can draft the rest of my team. Let's move to the end of the draft. Once again, here we are with the overlook of the team after the draft, and Corbett is a 78 overall with hidden dev. Very good player. Let's look at his development. It's the final season. Doesn't really matter. Let's see how good he would have been. Just star dev. That's a whatever. And looking into the rest of the team, Marshall is going to be in the slot. Is he already in there? No, he is not, so I will move him there. Demario Davis, I do want a second string right there. Defensively, this is what we look like. Hopefully the playbook change-up helps because this team is ridiculous. Poole had the most tackles for a loss on the team, so I will definitely start him over on Yamada. Like, I don't see a problem with this team. I swear to God, if we cut Marcus Peters, I'm going to be pissed. Also, let's go into manage roster here. Where is he? I know Will Clapp is probably still in free agency. Will Clapp, can we find you? You will be like a 61 overall, won't you? Will Clapp, here he is. Yes, I'm sorry we left you that long in free agency, but you are back on the team, Will Clapp, where you deserve. Let's go in this final season and win a Super Bowl. So I'm going to make sure the CPU just doesn't start cutting players out of nowhere. I'm going to do that, so I'll see you in the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs coming off a win to the Green Bay Packers as our passing defense is 26 in the NFL still. How? It makes no sense. But we are 14-3, top the division with a first round bye. That's what I'm talking about. Dylan Pearman, most passing touchdowns, second most passing yards. Show me league MVP. Don't give it to Christian McCaffrey. Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott get it over him. Did you have the most passing touchdowns? I don't think so. And top 15 in passer rating. Very good offense, 11th best defense. So stupid. Perriman, almost 5,000 yards, 46 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. His best year yet. Kamara, 16 touchdowns, 1,500 yards. Quincy Corbett, pretty good for a second string, 8 touchdowns. Noah Fant, 11 TDs, 1,200 yards. Michael Thomas, 1,000 yards, 7 TDs. Marshall, I didn't even put him in the slot. I put him at second string receiver. He was not a slot player. 13 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards. Better than Michael Thomas this entire rebuild. Zach Jacobs, I don't know who you are. I guess the CPU picked you up and you got 11 touchdowns and almost 900 yards. Great rookie year for you. Defensively, Bobby Wagner, 129 tackles for a loss, 15 for Marcus Davenport. Sacks, 14 for Cam Jordan, 11 for Marcus Davenport, 7 for Onyemata, 7 for James Poole, 4 for Demaryius Davis. James Poole seems to be way better than Onyemata. Interceptions, 4 for Marshall Lattimore, 3 for Stephon Gilmore. Our passing defense should be way better. 0 safeties, defensive touchdowns is 1. So apart from that, guys, it is time to see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. I never hop into the wild card or the divisional round game. I'll hop into the conference championship or the Super Bowl. Can we beat the 9-8 San Francisco 49ers to move on to the conference championship? We cannot. Dylan Pearman cannot perform in the playoffs. That is unfortunate. 0-3 in the playoffs for Pearman. Very unfortunate. I'm sure he'll have X Factor by the end of the season. So I'm going to simulate to the off season to show you guys the final look of the team. Oh, this is so irritating. Like, I don't know what you want me to do past this because I don't allow myself to hop into the wild card or the divisional because it's just so useless to me. The Niners win the Super Bowl. The 9-8 49ers beat the Bengals 34-31. I guess we lost to a Super Bowl team. Looking into the team, Pearman has superstar dev. Marshall should definitely have X Factor. Noah Fant put up that many yards and that many touchdowns for a tight end. You don't even give him superstar. That's stupid. Michael Thomas was useless. Demario Davis could superstar X Factor. And yeah, that's going to be it. Pete Werner completely failed my expectations for this rebuild. Anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys all did enjoy this rebuild. It was a little bit irritating for me, I will admit. It was very, very, very irritating, actually, how I can't even win a playoff game, even though I have a superstar X Factor, 91 overall QB. Super irritating. 99 overall X Factor, halfback with a great second string, 2 superstar receivers, one of the best offensive lines I've seen in a while. Noah Fant's really good as well. My defense is great. How is this? How is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 great secondary players? One of the worst defensive pass games in the league. Makes 0 sense. Please tell me in the comments if you guys have a playbook for this. Anyways, guys, apart from that, I hope you guys all enjoyed, even though we didn't even win a playoff game. I can't control that. So anyways, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.